The past theory of intelligence, let's understand why this theory came into being. Because when the theory came into being, there were other theories already present, the theories of intelligence. So some researchers argue that the most popular IQ test that treat, including these items which are more assessing the knowing of a person rather than the thinking of a person, what the person already knew. These dispatches were assessing those and not what the person would think for a particular situation or think process. This is what was the criticism of research based on the model that they wanted to broaden the scope of the abilities which were measured by the IQ test. So what got Maglary and Colby in 1994 proposed a neurocognitive theory of intelligence, which is called the US model, Boston for planning, attentive, simultaneous, and successive processing. And the way to measure these four things, they developed the cognitive assessment system. Here you can see the list, which is the best little intelligence scale for children. And here is the cognitive assessment system. Now let's dive into the theory. So what is the first model? See, also another thing, the past model of intelligence is rooted in the work of year 1966 and 1933 on cognition, and according to which it is stated that human cognition consists of three things, or all are interconnected. But these are the three things that I am seeing separately for you to understand, which is the first one is three separate but interrelated brain system. There are three brain systems. We will talk about them in just a second. The second one is the cognitive process, so that the third one is all the cognitive processes are embedded in the knowledge base. So we would be talking about the three brain systems. Now, these brain systems that are offered us as functional. So what is the first brain system? It does the bench analysis. Now, this is also responsible for two cognitive tasks, but that doesn't maintain general alertness of the person away doing the task and controlling attention and adjusting to distraction versus maintaining the loudness throughout when the person is doing the task, and the attention waves from one place to another. So attention arousal also controls attention and resists any kind of distraction. The second brain system is the storage and the integration of information as well as grouping of information in simultaneous adds or series. Now, simultaneous processing basically is the same type of stimulus are put in the same type of groupings. Basically, schema can be formed for a particular source of particular stimuli. And success of processing is suppose when we have a given list of words, and when you remember the list of words, how it is given, like when the title 3, if you remember, that is successful processing. The third brain system, it is the planning system that is involved in decision making of a person, evaluating programming regulation of the present and future behavior. If all suppose lead to job offers given to you, which one would you choose and how would it affect your present and future behavior? So this entire thing is the planning system. These were the three brain system. Now, the four cognitive process, which is the theory that I'm talking about, is the planning, attention, simultaneous processing, and successful processing. Planning literally means the planning which we generally study. This is the area of the field of psychology. Simply, it is the alternative process by which the person's mind chooses and applies and then evaluate solution to a problem and whatever the goal that you want to reach. Now suppose there are problems or whatever the goal you want to reach. Now suppose there are problems of a person and goals that the person is supposed to reach. So the person has done the planning. Now stick to the planning, he needs the ability or attention. So it selectively focuses on the tasks that would lead to the solution of the problem or the goal that he is targeting. We studied the simultaneous processing and the success of the process. And in previous slide, it is the same. I would repeat it, which is the simultaneous processing is that when the individual incorporates the elements testimony into a conceptual hall. Suppose your eyes are tied and closed basically, and you are taken to a room and then your eyes are open. Suppose you see a blackboard and you see many people and they say you put 2 and 2 together and you want to send this in a classroom, and you will see it as a conceptual hall. It is a concept classroom, it's a concept. You're not seeing the cluster alone or the chair alone. You're seeing it as a conceptual hall. Now, the success of processing is the cognitive ability whereby the individual process the simultaneous in order. If you see 7, 8 to 9 and you remember it 7, 8 to 9 successfully, so the ability needs successful processing. This is what is cognitive process. These are embedded into the knowledge base. Now, what is the knowledge base? It can be divided into 2 categories: tactical or experiential, or formal or instructed. Experiential means that you learn from the culture, what you learned in relationship from your parents, from your school. That is your experiential learning. Instruct the learning is applied to the formal instruction basically which are given. Do you suppose the world of knowledge, suppose this is experiential learning, would it be different in different cultures? Suppose I said that in India, Dada means by your successful learning, Indians would have, because they associate data with it by now. Data with the backbone, not me, not associated with the Japanese culture, American culture, or any other culture. So that is your experiential learning. For me, I instructed learning this through formal education. I don't like to eat like that, sit like that. These are instructed me for learning. So this is what it was all about. You had to go about the PASS model of intelligence. So we studied the interrelated brain system, the 3 interrelated brain system, which is this one, which is also called the functional unit. Then we studied about the cognitive processes. You must remember this cognitive processes, the most important one, a planning, attention, simultaneous processing, antithesis process. You would remember planning it, but you might forget these 2 words simultaneously and successive processing. And in the MCU, you will not ask and you might just compute it as useful. This is something which you must remember from this topic very well. And the knowledge base, which is the facet of expansion or formally all instructed to study. This is the PASS theory of intelligence, which is the neuropsychological theory. I have already covered this fact. The theory is in my other videos that I have covered, which is the fluid and the crystallized intelligence, and the general, and the Jensen's theory of mental functioning. So cognitive theory of emotional intelligence theories are left to follow, and this travel will keep you from updating to other videos that go my channel. Look through the playlist and you will find the factors of theories that I have done with the 2 theories of cognitive theories of intelligence which I have completed. Check those now. Thank you for listening.